Hi, everyone, and welcome to our video group case study where we will analyze the 2022 WNBA championship team, the Las Vegas Aces. My name is Kelly Baker, and presenting with me is Alyssa Stanley, Awesome Richards, and Jacoby Criswell. We have conducted extensive research about the Aces, looking at everything that goes into creating a successful and relatively new professional sports franchise. So we are excited to share our findings with you.
To begin, let's look at the Las Vegas Aces as a franchise. The Las Vegas Aces franchise began in 1997 with the Utah Stars located in Salt Lake City. 6 years later, the franchise relocated to San Antonio, Texas, where they became the San Antonio Silver Stars. The franchise was most recently located to Las Vegas, Nevada in 2018 and has been there ever since. The Las Vegas Aces, as well as the entire WNBA, operates under a distributed club ownership model. Although it is not disclosed exactly how much the franchise was sold for in 2018, when it rebranded and relocated, the average WNBA team is valued at $13.7 million. The Aces have a unique organizational structure from their ownership all the way to their front office. Mark Davis, the owner of the Aces, bought the franchise in January 2021, prior to the team's fourth season in the league. Davis also owns the Las Vegas Raiders, which he bought in 2011. Becky Hammon, the head coach of the Aces, just finished her first season with the team this year after serving on the coaching staff of the San Antonio Spurs alongside Greg Popovich. She led the Aces to their first championship in franchise history, bringing home the first professional sports championship to Las Vegas. The Aces front office also sets them apart from other teams in the league. Nikki Fargas and Natalie Williams serve as the president of business operations and the general managers of basketball operations, respectively. The two women both played in the WNBA and serve as the only Black females in their respective leadership positions. Despite the league being primarily Black, seeing two Black women serve in the front office isn't common, so the Aces are making history by putting people like Fargas and Williams in such important roles.
Next, let's look at the details of how the Aces operate as a professional sports franchise within the greater WNBA. The draft structure of the WNBA consists of 3 rounds of 12 picks each, or total 36 total picks to maintain the league's 144 total players. Because the league is small, even the 36 that get drafted don't have guaranteed roster spots, as some get waived or put on hardship contracts. The order in which teams select draft picks is based on the reverse order of standings for the previous season, often with the weaker teams earning some of the higher picks. The WNBA currently holds a television deal with ESPN that goes through 2025. Games are shown on a variety of networks, and ratings compare to those of the MLS. MLS recently scored a huge deal with Apple TV, which could mean good things for the WNBA if those ratings remain similar. In 2021, the WNBA regular season saw a 49% increase in viewership, and the 2022 season was the most watched season in 16 years. It's valid to question whether the WNBA would do better if the games were centralized onto one or even just a few networks. Revenue sharing within the WNBA has not been fully tapped into because the league needs to hit certain financial targets. The CBA only encourages revenue sharing of the money made above these targets rather than a 50-50 distribution between the league and its players. The league is rapidly growing, with viewership and investment up more now than ever before, but at the same time, it is not yet enough to allow these players to partake in revenue sharing. With how the league is currently trending, this will hopefully happen in the coming years. The WNBA opted out of their previous CBA in 2018 as it did not meet many player standards concerning compensation, player experience, and health and welfare. A new CBA was initiated in 2020 and runs through 2027 and explicitly addresses these concerns. While it still presents its challenges, it is helping the league and its players have a better experience. In terms of salary caps, compensation continues to be a struggle for the WNBA. The league's salary cap increased by about 30% with the most recent CBA, but it is a hard cap with little flexibility. Part of the goal with the increased salary cap was for the average WNBA player to make 6 figures. Just to show how stark the comparison is between the earnings of the NBA and the WNBA, many NBA players make more individually than the entire WNBA league combined. The most glaring penalty within the WNBA involves league prioritization. Many WNBA players play overseas during the offseason due to the league's inability to pay them a livable wage. But starting in 2024, players will be ineligible for the entire WNBA season if they cannot make reporting deadlines due to overseas obligations. The CBA includes notable salary increases along with this rule change. However, they still do not match those of overseas commitments. The new rule is very binding and will keep players from making the most money they possibly can. The news stories regarding Brittany Griner's prison sentence after being accused of trying to bring illegal substances back to the United States would not be happening if Griner didn't feel the need to play overseas to earn more money during the WNBA offseason. Griner's case, paired with the new league prioritization rules, have already caused some WNBA players to engage in other forms of work during the offseason, including college athletics. It will be interesting to see how this rule plays out come 2024 and if more players decide to take their professional careers in a different way.
Next, let's evaluate the facilities and revenues that accompany the Las Vegas Aces as a franchise. The Aces play in the Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. The facility was built back in 1999 and is the oldest major league sports venue in Vegas. It is a multi-use facility that also hosts other events such as concerts and boxing, in addition to Aces home games. The arena has a capacity of 12,000 people and was renovated in 2018 with new locker rooms, scoreboards, technology, and more. Recently, plans were announced for a $3 billion sports arena in Las Vegas. Rather than to serve the newly crowned WNBA champions, the facility would be ready for an NBA team if one ever came to Vegas. Although this venue will surely do great things in helping Las Vegas become a sports capital of America, it feeds into the common trend that values men's sports off of their potential while not valuing women's sports until they prove their value many times over. Michelob Ultra Arena is owned by MGM Resorts International and was formerly known as the Mandalay Bay Event Center. In 2021, Anheuser-Busch bought the naming rights of the arena. Overall, the strategic rebrand of the Aces Stadium contributes to the continual efforts to make Las Vegas the sports capital of the country. In terms of how the facility was financed, MGM Resorts acquired Michelob Ultra Arena as part of a bigger $7.9 billion buyout of Mandalay Resort Group, which has the other properties surrounding the arena. As a multi-use facility, it uses revenue generated from different events to offset its finances. Before Anheuser-Busch held the naming rights of the arena, Mandalay Bay gave over $10 million towards the renovations after learning the Aces would play their home games there.
Lastly, we will evaluate the economic outlook of the Las Vegas Aces by looking at the challenges and opportunities they are encountering now or in the foreseeable future. Despite the Aces' remarkable on-court success in their early seasons, they continue to face some challenges, halting their overall growth. The Aces ranked 7th of 12 teams in home game attendance, only filling about 50% of Michelob Ultra Arena each time they play there. The Aces also rank among the middle of the league in terms of ticket prices, which are only $10. The low price is meant to entice families and kids to come out to the games and hopefully build a young fan base that will stay loyal to the team over the years. Additionally, the Aces are not getting their recognition and support other teams like the Las Vegas Golden Knights of the NHL did early on their existence. Lastly, although Mark Davis claims to truly believe in the Aces and believes they are a wonderful product, he did take a financial hit taking ownership of the team in 2021. He says that there is a lot of work to do to get people in Michelob Ultra Arena for the home games, but stands by the fact that these are some of the best athletes in the world and that people are missing out if they fail to realize that. But every team has its challenges, and the Aces have created some exciting opportunities for themselves in the greater Las Vegas sports community. With the 2022 WNBA championship, the Aces brought the first professional sports championship to Las Vegas, and it will likely not be the last. With Becky Hammond's recent contract extension and many returning players signed through the 2024 season, the Aces are projected to have similar degrees of success in the upcoming seasons with their dominance within the league and their undeniable talent. Las Vegas locals have bandwagoned off other states' teams as they have in the past and have turned their attention back to Las Vegas by taking pride in the Aces. Lastly, the Aces' unwavering success only contributes positively to Las Vegas becoming the sports capital of the world. It would be exciting to see how the Las Vegas Aces do with all the opportunity that lies before them.
Thank you all so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed our insights about the 2022 WNBA champions and the first team to bring a championship home to Las Vegas. We are happy to answer any questions you may have.